Oh man. Oh yeah. Like I can already tell it's about to be lit. Oh man.
Okay, I'll put it on mute.
I'm muted. Well, I can't mute myself. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I just turned off the volume.
Oh, already tell it's about to be lit. Yes. Wait, let me leave. Let me leave from over there. That was the problem
Yeah.
last time. I'll put it on. I'm muted. Well, I can't mute myself. Oh yeah. Yes, I just turned off the volume. There we go. Hey, loves. For those of you who are just joining, or for when you watch the replay, hi, my name is Josie. Welcome to Fifth Essentials. If you're new to my channel, I am here with beautiful Shashu from Shash Universe.
Hi. Thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
we're here freestyling today.
Yes, we
That's what we're.
are.
Shashu, you can see the chat though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Because I'm not going to do this to y'all again.
No, don't do
I'm
that.
trying to get my life together. I'm going to master going live from Zoom. I am going to master it. Okay. But yeah, this is an energy check-in, and it's definitely a freestyle last minute energy check-in. I asked Shashu to do this today because I don't feel like I'm gonna be able to do this tomorrow.
Right.
I'm getting like if I don't do this now, it's not gonna get done. Okay, so we're here because we have the available energy and it's the perfect timing for what's about to happen.
Yeah.
That part. There's a lot that we're gonna discuss, a whole lot we're gonna discuss. But what I want to do is I want to um I want to let Shashu start us off, and we'll just kind of flow from there because I'm taking it back to the point where you was like, hey, we got to do a video.
Got to do a video. Was that a couple of days ago?
Yeah.
I was like, girl, thank you. First of all, thanks for having me. I find we tend to do these things between May and August. Then we're like, oh, we got to tell the people, or let's discuss what's going on. And then the things flow. It's like we like as we're discussing it, we're having new understandings of what's going on. I'm just going by what I observe because I work with people and in my Reiki practice, and just so many phone calls, so many people needing a check-in on like they're feeling despair and or giving up with things. And it's interesting that as soon as Saturn went retrograde, my husband was like, all right, whatever it was we needed for Mercury retrograde, can you make one for whatever this is? And I was like, this is going to last a long time. And then I noticed, so Saturn retrograde in Pisces, and then Neptune is about to retrograde. Oh, that's today it started in Pisces as well. One ending in November, one ending in December. And so I'm born during a Saturn retrograde. So for me, I mean, I'm not deep in it yet personally, but I was getting these messages from spirit to hurry up and there is no more time and get this moving and no more playing small and notice what's not working. Right. So I think that's the despair because there's something about what you thought you needed or wanted in the last 4 years, and that's come up as all of that fell through. Right. You were engaged, you moved in, and you still had your job. You were trying for a baby or whatever in your mind was going to make sense. And then COVID hit. And then, and now we're coming out of it and what is, if you wrote down those goals, and what do those look like? They look like twisted monsters right now. Those goals. The fiance ain't what you thought. It was, birthing from with that person didn't look good. It wasn't going to happen, and you lost your job. So who am I? What's working? What's not? I don't even like the same things as I did. We're totally different people now, and now this new normal, quote unquote, is what we make it. And as these systems are crumbling, we have to build our own. And that's what I'm in practice of doing, building my own systems. I understand that's how you want to play things. I'm sorry that's crumbling for you. You haven't mastered it. The amount of people I have who are like, the systems are crumbling. And I'm like, hey, Black lady, are you topless in linen pants standing on the side of a mountain picking a mango out of a tree? Like, are you that free and all your bills are paid? No. I'm like, then you haven't mastered the system either. I'm like, you said you thought you could play it. Oh no, girl, it wasn't working. It's still not working. Like, then if this system is crumbling, how do we build new? And collectively, but also personally, how do I build new? What do I want to see? My goals are different now. I'm glad my coach was like, okay, December 31st, I need to hear the goals you got for the next 6 months, because we just passed halfway through the year. So I feel like there's a big rush of, oh my God, where did time go? It was, I swear to you, yesterday was June 21st. I swear to you, it was solstice yesterday. And the day before that was the eclipse. I'm like, there's a panic, especially when someone wants to book everything with you. And we haven't discussed price. And we're like, oh God, what if I lose time? So the time is expanding and contracting massively. And I'm not the only one witnessing this. We're all like, what day is it? What day is it? What time is it? What day is it? And then the weather's not corresponding. It's Canada and we have tropical weather. What? Like nothing, the markers are gone. There's so much more to it, but I'm hearing despair. I'm hearing people hitting the wall. I'm hearing people burnt out all the way and realizing they can't work the same ways. And then looking at government and going, they're just going to do what they're going to do. How do I change things? How do I, so I'm seeing a lot of that. And that was just from 7:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. today. And I'm like, whoa. When Josie was like, we got to do this today. I'm like, you're right. I'm awake. Yeah. We were talking shortly before the video started about how we're feeling and the waves of tired that hit yesterday. I'm sorry. I would love to do that with you, but I feel like I have to close my eyes for 20 minutes. I said that to my daughter. That was 11 a.m. 2 p.m. It didn't feel like I slept, but I slept. Right? I thought I could hear everything. I was doing so much in the astral or in the dream state that I was tired when I woke up. I was like, all right, I'm up. Like, I can't catch up on sleep. I can't get enough sleep. It's like, I'm up. Fine. I'm up. Anyways, I feel like I'm talking too much, but this is what I'm noticing.
You need this out, and I feel like that's what a lot of people are needing right now. They need to have a moment of word throw up because we are being dragged. I don't even
that's it.
Concept of sleep anymore, because when you get into higher vibrations at a certain point, sleep is not going to really be a thing anymore. Once your body gets to a certain point of activations and evolution. A quick meditation will do you just fine. Right. But we're here and that's there, in our perspective. And then sometimes we kind of feel like we're halfway there with the way, like last night, I was dragged. Yeah. I don't even And then I had the nerve to have like a whole bunch of energy. And this is why I went out to the garden and did the most. Okay. I didn't get to go to sleep until 2 a.m. And then I had to get up and wake Jaden up. I'm like, hey, the trash man's coming. That was at 7 o'clock. And then I said, okay, I'm gonna try to take a nap before the lawn guy comes. No,
No,
I was
why? No.
and I went out to chat with him for a second, make sure that my aloe vera didn't get chopped up, and after that I was like, screw it, there's no way I'm gonna go back to sleep. So then I got up, I started, messing around on social media, made myself something to eat, had my coffee, and I was like, hey, we're working now, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much how that happened. But the sensations
Yeah.
the sensations from last night, I literally felt like, how some people feel like they're finna come out of their body?
Yes.
That's actually normal compared to what happened to me last night. I feel like all of my circulatory system was trying to float out of my body.
Mm.
And then I had to literally, last night, I had to sit up in order to fall asleep. I had to be sitting up. I could not lay down and fall asleep. It felt like my blood was circulating the opposite way. And then that there was a certain kind of anti-gravity in my dang bloodstream. I don't know what happened last night. That's why we're here today. Y'all, please tell me if you are having any kind of wild anything, because I want to know.
I'm having the head pressure and the bloating. Like I just ate. Why isn't this moving? Or I ate hours ago. Why do I feel full? But I need crunch right now, like right now.
Yeah.
And then I have the skin itchies. So I'm doing things. I'm writing things out. Scheduling social media last night. I'm like, and there's no mosquitoes. So what is this? The ear ringing, of course. And for me, I'm seeing what I'm about to hear in the next week, conversations, things like that. Those started yesterday again, or seeing it. I'm used to hearing things like clairaudience, but it's like I'm speeding up in time and coming back in time. So, yeah.
Yep. Hey, Gracie, how you doing? Hare Krishna, love. Yeah, I just had to.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see the chat. I muted it. I figured it out. Yay! But yes, I had the bloating last week, and now I do currently have the head pressure, but it's not bad at all. Thank God. Um, it's just I keep having those moments where I feel like a 808
Yeah.
just drop, boom. I keep zooming into my physical body. It's not the same as spacing out where your mind goes somewhere else. No, I keep having these moments where I have to like kind of pause as if I'm feeling for something or something's happening within me. And I'm trying to like let it happen. And then I can resume my normal existence. I don't know what that's about, but it's definitely different from spacing out.
Is that timeline shifts, would you say?
I have
Because I
no
know in the mornings, and when there's a solar flare or the timeline shifting can feel like birthing. I notice my joints hurt, my muscles hurt. I'm like, I did not do anything but go up the stairs. What is this? Right? But it's in the blood, the bones, the tissues, and you're like, well,
too. Right when
right?
you said it, blood, bones, tissues.
Mhm.
Saturn rules that.
Yeah, right? So yeah, I wanted to get into that because one, I want to know what would we be doing, and I'm so grateful with my regular spiritual practice. This is showing me I can add to it, I can take away, I can, do a walking meditation, do something, but I have to do something or I'm gonna be a bear dealing with people. Like I need to give to me first. But I can't imagine needing an hour and a half of meditation. I want it, don't get me wrong, but the 15 minutes is fine because the things are coming in such rapid waves that it's like, well, thank God I did a little something, so I'm not as affected as, say, someone else who's going through, they're just waking up to so many, and it's flooding in. That's what, it's got me, not worried, but okay, we're available. Okay. Want to talk? I so many calls I had to organize for today. I'm just like, oh, sure. Yeah. Okay. Like, this is new. But clearly I've let it known that I'm available for that. And I'm grateful that those steps, those seeds were already planted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And this is major Saturn stuff. You said time, blood, bones, and tissue, um, discipline. I
That part.
mean, I'm born during Saturn retrograde, and I'm in, you said Saturn Mahadasha. You think I can sleep in? You think I can even sleep past 8 a.m.? I have a headache. Who gets a headache because they're sleeping? I get up. That's literally spirit going, I said, get up. I have to make my own routines. I have to be diligent with that. 1 week off and I'm just not good. Like, it all crashes down. And so this is a reminder, but we got a reminder what it takes 21 days to build a new habit. We have until November 15th. We're going to be different people at the end of the year.
Yes. Most we are, and Saturn does not take failure as an option.
No.
And it's so funny because Saturn retrograde snatches energy. Okay.
Mm.
So Saturn wants you to chop wood and carry water, but also is just snatching your energy.
Yeah.
So then you're gonna have an attitude the whole time you're chopping wood and carrying water. Okay. Yeah. Because when you think of Saturn, everything has a positive and negative side. You think of Saturn and then you think of the devil card, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to somebody. Hey, Janine.
Hey, Janine.
Saturn is either going to take you to the depths of hell, okay?
Yeah.
Or Saturn is going to actually reward you because you've been doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah. This is karmic retribution for those who put the work in, chop wood, carry water, like you said. Yeah. And then the integrity, the authenticity.
Yes.
Of what you're presenting. Like, I come from a TV hair background. It was all about perfection of not only the appearance, but smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Right? Neptune and Pisces is like, oops, she's got rosacea. Ooh, that's not her hair. Oops. Like, there's a lot of, and we're looking at realness. We feel the authenticity of that. I'm getting spiritual bypass and just won't happen, won't be possible. One look at a thumbnail from one person, everyone, who's not connecting or aligning with that energy, would be like, nah, your energy will cancel something, not you have to physically cancel someone. I just think of what this will bring up. And I just, looking into the planets yesterday, I did a post and I was just like, oh, for some people, they won't be able to fake anything ever again. Who are they then? They're going to find out.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. It is literally FAFO season. I call it FAFO.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's 'tis the season. And you know what's so funny is I'm having those moments every now and again. They don't happen often, but I'm having those moments where I feel like I'm in a different season than I'm currently in. Like, it felt like October just last week, and I'm like, okay, I'm used to this.
Mm-hmm.
it'll pass. But it literally felt like, I had fall vibes going on, and
Yeah.
I was okay. There's so much we have to just kind of, we know it's there, but if you don't know what action to take, you got to just kind of let it be until you get that eureka moment, and then you can actually take action if it's necessary.
Yeah.
But a lot of people struggle with being able to ignore something until they fully understand it.
Yeah.
They want to pick it apart. They want to try this. They want to try that. Let it be. It's going to unfold just like a flower blooms. It's going to
really
unfold,
It really will.
And I
And
guess
what's not working will present
Yeah.
itself. And then I'm noticing the things that you've been doing the little bits for are now open and available and ready, where it seemed like there were setbacks before. You know, I'm not getting with this retrograde that you just got to get rid of everything that's not working. It's like relook at it, rehash.
5 of Cups energy. You got
Right?
2 cups, turn around, take those cups and make something with it.
Mm. Yeah, this isn't pull in more, order all the tools for the new project. No, what do you have to work with?
Yep.
Energy. What do you already have? Let's work with that. Let's make that beautiful. Yeah.
Let it be beautiful. Just let it be beautiful. It has to be allowed. It can't be forced.
Yeah.
Because the moment you try to force it, you're going to break something. You're going to hurt somebody. You see?
Yeah.
It's a delicate process, that radical self-honesty.
That was my hard sigh. I hear like radical self-care looks totally different than it did 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Totally. Yeah. Because we're looking at reality in a different way at this point. And that's literally the realization this morning. Because yesterday was like, where am I? What is this? I'm floating. Did I command the weather? Because wow, this is exactly what I ordered. Like it, and you can see all the other timelines. Literally, there's glass between the other ones.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let me stay on this and let me hold this energy. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to be decisive. There's too many people. This is what I've been observing. There is way too many people that are giving their power away in so many ways, because choice is like a really huge power. And they're allowing so many people and situations to decide for them. And now you're being forced to literally make decisions in a society where everybody usually just tells you what to do.
Yeah.
And it kind of,
like
I say, it feels like drudgery. It feels like work. Now you have to actually answer. Now you have to respond. Now you have to decide. You no longer get to walk around like the 2 of Pentacles.
So I'm thinking of the different signs that hate this. Would that be Sagittarius? Would that be Pisces? Would that be
the signs that are getting tagged right now?
Yeah. It's the mutables, yeah?
I would believe, yeah, I would definitely want to believe it would be the mutable signs, because it's one of those que sera, but Saturn is all like K sir down somewhere.
Saturn said, spell that and then pay the toll and wow. Do the dishes first.
Like, yo, all right, we've had enough of that. It's like somebody walking in a room saying, okay, that's enough.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. You were jumping on the bed, having a good old time. Here comes granddad. Quit jumping on the bed. You're having too much fun.
Oh my gosh. It's been tough. A lot of people are walking away from jobs. They're not waiting to be fired anymore.
That's right. I'm noticing that a lot.
Little tolerance.
Yeah. Because the reality is that set in over the last little bit, because it takes time for it to station retrograde. I noticed that it started to become very clear in the last 2 weeks. This isn't making sense. Why am I still here? Why am I still doing this at this rate? You know what I mean? And being honest about it. And 4 years ago, Shashu needed to please everyone. And now it's like, look, this is what it is. Can I send that deposit back to you? Thanks.
That part. I will refund you real quick.
Right now. We won't even go through the regular ways. Let me just send it to you, email transfer right now.
Yep. It's a lot of no nonsense energy coming online. But the positive side of this beautiful Saturn retrograde is that you have clarity and you're not going to continue to be in a state of confusion, because when you look at it like in a 3D practical sense, when you look at it from a 3D practical sense, the big thing for me right now that's all up in my face is relationships.
Yeah.
I can't escape the relationships. And people had been lying to themselves, not wanting to see things, been making excuses for each other and all kinds of mess. And Saturn, like, nah, we finna clean this window. Your sight is about to be restored.
So the rose-colored glasses are going dark.
Yes, you are about to see some things that you didn't see before, because what's happening again, especially in those dynamics where you got one awakened person and one person that's not awake, well, the lighter the light, the darker the dark. And you know how people will get comfortable with others and they never do that. Oh, they're not that. And that person is going to show up and show out in ways that you had never imagined possible. And you're going to have to rethink who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those, this is why, it's important not to underestimate people, no matter how long that they've been acting a certain way. You don't know anyone, okay? You got to trust your intuition, because people are okay until they're not okay.
That's true.
Okay, and a lot of time will go by before you see that they're not okay.
So, I remember a discussion you and I had a long time ago, and I was like, but I can't trust, and can I trust? And you said you trust the source within you at that moment. It literally, you can't, there's so many timelines that no one can really predict the future at this point, because it's like, you really could hop over here and hop over there. It's a shift.
Moving and sliding as if we're on an ice skating rink with tennis shoes.
And so fast. So fast.
Trust source.
Yeah.
You don't have to give yourself the burden of trying to trust another human being. Trust source.
Yeah.
Okay. Because regardless of if when you're having experiences, there's always a possibility that you're going to have challenges, right? You're having that experience for a reason. So let's not pin it on them, and let's not pin it on ourselves. Trust source to walk you through whatever lesson that you're going through. When somebody says, do you trust me? I trust me. We're here. You want to do this or not? You know what I'm saying? And usually if you're dealing with somebody that needs you to trust them, they're literally telling you you shouldn't trust them. Okay? If they
think of the Pluto in Aquarius part, where it's like, all this stuff is coming up to be looked at, to be dealt with, all the seedy things that things were built on are being exposed.
Oh yeah.
And it's about because it's Aquarius, it's about community, it's about conscious collaboration, it's about we're both doing this thing, not somebody's doing all the work.
Yeah.
And someone's just sitting there.
That part.
And I understand it's easy to just look for things to cut off, but like, how did we get here? You know, what did we say was okay when we looked at treatment of ourselves?
Yeah.
Or did we show people they could just treat us that way? That's what I've noticed in my day job. You know, people do expect you to be behind Velcro to the chair every 6 years when they decide to come back. Where are you going? But you can go. You can, right? And so I know they're looking for a constant when they come back to this reality or this timeline. I need a constant, and you need to be there. You know, and there's a lot of checking in with that, and I'm like, I'm in and I'm out. I'm, you know, but I can't tell somebody how to. I can tell someone how to treat me, but it's literally about how do I word this? People are still going to push. I can't train them out of it.
Yeah.
I need to remove myself.
That part. And
that's
you know,
what I realize
are
now.
super emotional when you do remove yourself. When you figure out that something is not in alignment with you and you detach from it.
Yeah.
What tends to happen, and what's happening recently, is it's triggering whoever it is. And they are trying to analyze and pick apart all the reasons why you're walking away. And they're internalizing it, and they're like, oh, this must be a reflection of, no, it's not a reflection of you.
It's not
What's
personal.
happening is y'all operate this way and I don't. Yeah. And it's really that simple. You know, keep doing what you're doing. It'll work for you. It's great.
Yes.
It just simply doesn't work for me. And there's nothing negative.
No, and you can't force something like that. You can't force something like that.
They turn it, they're turning it into a negative situation though. Yeah. You know, you must feel this way if you're not wanting to be around. And I'm just like, no, that's a lot. Again, there's a whole bunch of people holding too tightly to others right now. And it's going to be one of those situations where, you know, the story with there's a baby and two people are trying to take the baby. Oh, yeah. And they're going, like, people are going to be ripped apart in all kinds of different ways. Yeah. The attachments are going to be severed. There's a huge pair of scissors going around just snipping. Okay.
Right now. Yeah. And you know, it's helping. We just don't feel like it is at the time.
Yeah. You're not gonna like it. It's not gonna be comfortable, but
and again, it's played its part. It's played itself out. It's done. You were saying the despair that some people feel is because they can't let go of things. And I wanted to ask, do you think would you agree it's a shift in belief systems? Like it's literally rolling dice by the end of this year. What we think we're going to see, we're not going to see, especially concerning the election or travel or whatever. I just find belief systems are being tested left and right. What we did believe in a few years ago, we're not even seeing examples of that anymore.
Oh, we're about to witness some things that did not exist. So there's no guessing what's about to happen at the end of the year. Yes. Because there's a lot of stuff that's just never going to be the same. And honestly, I feel like people are just coming to that realization. After COVID, they were kind of trying hard to return things back to normal. They were holding on to that belief, and that's the belief that's being released right now.
Right.
New things are coming online. If it wasn't for my binge watching Star Trek, I wouldn't have went back to look at what do you call it? Our Space Force.
Ah,
You go to the Space Force's website and you look at their mission statement, it's gonna
right,
make you think. And why do they call their soldiers guardians?
right.
In the Army, we're soldiers, and the Marines are Marines, Air Force is airmen, and Navy is seamen, but the freaking Space Force, they're called guardians, and I don't think people even realize that.
Interesting. Because I
Yeah.
think about the like I've been looking at, expanding to, like we were discussing, the ether, bigger, the internet, the world, not just this physical city I'm in or neighborhood I'm in. And then I thought of Guardians of the Galaxy, and they're, when you're getting into that stuff, they're like, just transfer the units. And something heard you say that, and it transferred the units. Do you know what I mean? And that's how funds have been coming in, calling it in instead of forcing it in. With social media, when you're like, you have 3 days left. No, no, no. I don't want them people anyway. you know?
To the real concept, the realness of that whole, the only constant is change.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see what I mean?
That's Pluto and Aquarius, isn't it?
When you're thinking about like the whole age of Aquarius and the Aquarius energy, because Vedic astrology, Saturn
Yes.
is
Oh,
the
it's
ruler
Capricorn.
of Aquarius. Okay.
Oh, right, right.
So when you think of Aquarius energy, it's highly independent.
It is.
So guess what? That Pisces energy that we're coming out of is highly codependent.
Oh, that
That's
makes
why
so
so
much more
many
sense.
people are struggling when it comes to group projects, partnerships, and stuff, because now they're being forced into independence. There's a lot of people just no longer doing the things for
Right.
the
Right.
So now we have to do our own research. Now we have to, chop our own wood and carry our own water. Yes, you're going to have an attitude initially.
Yes. Like me trying to sleep in.
But you're going to get used to it and you're going to understand it as time goes. You're going to, it's going to get really good. I'm starting to like AI now. I didn't like
same.
the idea of AI before.
I've got it. I'm making it work for me because I'm realizing I dictate what AI does for me.
Yeah.
It's not sentient. I am, And so I'm noticing since the eclipse, so many things have been erased from certain places I got information from. So perhaps I need to put that out there.
Yeah.
The information I received, because it's gone. It's not readily available for free anymore. So where'd it go? Right? And that's, anyways, we could get into that another time. Yeah. So
in the chat, y'all, tell us any ascension symptoms that y'all
I want to hear that
now, because I'm telling the reason why we even here is because it's been wild. Yeah. It has been wild and unidentifiable.
Yeah, it has. I want to hear what kind of ascension symptoms you're experiencing. Anything.
Yeah, any paranormal experiences, just whatever you may be going through on your journey.
Gifts are coming online too. I'm noticing new gifts. You got an 808 going on.
808 happening from within. Okay, it's one of them, like them deep bass.
Wow,
it's interesting. The headaches. The headaches are being gifted out like freebies, I'm telling you. My mom's been missing time while she's wide awake. Had to keep it moving away. The bloating, I'm telling y'all. Don't feel bad about how your body looks right now, none of y'all, okay? Because, man, you are literally evolving. the
Yeah, the boredom is real.
tired out of
Yesterday I was
nowhere,
complaining. I was
and then
complaining
that
a lot
burst of
about,
energy.
yeah, the tired. Yeah. The headache. Yeah. Okay. It's not just us. Thank you. That's why we're like, we need to do a video.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. That's major, Cosmic Detective. That's major.
Is anybody super emotional or having moments where they're emotional? Mom is definitely having issues with the time. I had a
Yeah.
moment with the time earlier. It was like 12 something, but I had thought an hour before that it was 1:35. It was weird.
Okay. Not just me. That's
The
good to
Buddha
see.
belly, yes. The weight gain. Yep. You gotta
Helene,
love yourself.
Helena, you're saying weight gain, and that was me yesterday, and today things are baggy. So I'm not understanding.
I felt that way when I woke up. I was like, yo, we're a little
Shape shifting.
heavy today.
Like, what is that?
Have
Yesterday I
this
was like,
whole week of
nothing's
being
gonna
bloated.
fit. And this morning things were baggy. I was like, what happened?
Yep.
No,
Sleeping more. The animals are coming to your door. Nice.
oh wow. Yeah,
Not
you're a
nice.
healer. You know that. You probably know that, Cosmic Detective. You're a healer if animals are coming to your door.
I'm sitting here like, I don't know what kind of animals.
I find that with my Reiki students, they find by level 2 that birds are coming to their door to die or pass or to be revived. It's like, yeah, that
It's been
happens
a
a
while,
lot.
but I got a frequency in my left ear just now. Wow. I haven't had ringing in a little while.
Really?
Yeah, that was interesting.
The ear ringing. Yeah. Sleeping more. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for saying all of you. Shape shifting too. Okay. Okay. It's not just me.
Ship
Really.
cats,
Birds.
birds.
Of course, you're a Reiki master. The animals are like, I see your light. I'm short and I'm 5'1", and like there's times it feels like a bird is gonna fly close to my head. I'm like, wait, no, that's for tall people. No, and it's probably our right. It's what we're carrying. Yeah.
Emotional purging, have it. I've
Mhm.
had, you know how when you have a sneeze and it gets stuck and it doesn't actually happen?
Yeah.
That's been
That
happening
pressure.
emotionally. Like
Mm,
something will come up and I can't even actually express it because then it's gone that quick. And I'm like, well,
yeah.
okay.
It's just coming through to leave fast. Yeah. Yeah. And the thing is, like, leading up to this point, I would say that to people, try and picture yourself like a donut. Let that emotion move through. But now you don't even have a chance to sit with the emotion. You notice that? Like, I can't even be with it for too long. There's another one coming in, and that one's gone. Yeah. And it does come in waves.
Yep, I can't wait.
That's
I
the
must
thing.
went on the
But,
scale and lost weight.
yeah.
Maybe it is a premonition.
Yeah.
Muscle pains and then they go away fast. Yeah. Like
That's me.
you feel like
So,
you got bruised and you don't even know how you got it, and then the pain just goes away on its
yeah.
own.
Yeah.
It's
That's the energy work. I think it's just energy work happening all the time because I'm noticing that happen in the morning. I've had 3 or 4 days off. Why are my ankles saying, don't go back there? Right? And then within the hour, my body's like, okay, we can go. And I'm like, well, what was it? I can't even ask anymore. There's no time. It just moves too fast, right?
I'm glad you brought that up, Ascension Brother. Exploring the possibilities of manifestation.
Yeah.
How has everyone's manifestation been lately?
So
Like,
can I start with that?
yeah,
Thank you for bringing that up, Ascension Brother, because I think a little over a week ago, more than a week ago, I needed a certain amount today. It was hard for me to concentrate. I was on that. I let it go. Gratitude, created. I'm a sacral being, sacral authority. The next morning, there's an email offering that plus with ease. No bend over and cough, No, bring in all the paperwork. Sorry, I had to say it like that. But when you're like, oh, they want everything. No, they're just offering it.
Oh man.
So it was like, okay, I can think like this more often. Like, if I know this amount is coming on this day, what would I do leading up to? My coach was saying, start thinking like that. If I know this big amount is coming, what would I do leading up to? I'd act like it's already here. Right. Manifesting is much easier and there's less work to it, I find right now.
It is. It literally is. Same thing with me. Leaning toward ease.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When someone tells me late over the last 2 weeks, anything that was too difficult in the process, okay, you know what? I'm good. I back
I don't
up.
want it. Same.
I it's on something
I told
else.
you. I sent a deposit back. I was like,
I end up still getting it
yeah,
because I left it alone.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, I pre-shop on Instacart. I get on Instacart when I don't have any money and I shop like if I'm going to make the purchase.
Okay.
I never go 2 days later without getting the money to check out that.
Yeah.
So it happens like that.
Thank you for saying that because it's the details, right? You can't just say any old. No, this is how much I need now. This is what I'm looking for. This is what's needed. So I've started putting it in my calendar. Okay, next Friday, this has to be paid. And it shows up.
Yep.
With ease, not, okay, I got to light this, I got to dress that, I need to walk in a figure eight or in a circle or whatever. There's a lot less work to it.
That's awesome, Cosmic Detective. So we switched careers.
What?
That's what we got going on over here. And they're saying it's a miracle.
It is. Yeah. And then look how obvious. I want to comment on that. Thank you for saying that because I'm switching careers too. I'm in the process and the guilt is leaving me. The people pleasing is leaving me, not slowly, but it's leaving me. And thank you for saying that because it is making me physically ill to be extracted from in that way. Yeah. It's the inner work. And frankly, it can happen for any of it. It's so true. It's so true. We're witnessing miracles all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm wondering about that stuck feeling. That stuck feeling is literally spirit going, just hold on. It's not all put together yet. It's not all the details aren't worked out yet. We want better for you. Because I was asking for something that was small and they were like, no, nice try. Start asking for more, start asking for bigger. Yeah. I'm going to continue to ask for ease and grace.
Yep. And just allow it.
Yeah.
Letting go is my thing.
Yeah.
People, when I let go.
No one lets go like Josie.
Care about it. How can you not want this? Like, how can you not try hard for this? Well, that's how I knew I needed to let go because I was trying hard for it. And this is not something I should be trying hard for. There's a difference between being consistent and being disciplined and killing yourself trying to make something happen.
Can we talk about that lie that we were told? You got to work double hard and to the bone and
sleep and hustle hard and what?
Hustle culture. You can kiss my no. It seems like I'm hustling to other people. No, I have ADHD and I'm multifaceted and multi-passionate. That's it. You hustle. Do I? Because I'm sitting right here. You know what I mean? There's none of that. You gotta take this, what I see as hustle, the hard masculine, forcing it, action, Mars, No, I'm into receiving right now, calling it in. No thanks.
You've got to know you're magnetic. You've got to feel magnetic. Yeah.
There it is.
There's a story. I have a memo book that I use for manifestation. And I never write in it when I'm just feeling normal or mediocre. I catch energy. So when I'm in a vibe, I write. If spirit has me up in the middle of the night and I can't go back to sleep, I say, oh, this energy is abundant. Therefore, I need to write.
Ah,
I kid you not. Every time I write in this dang memo book, the next day, at least 2 or 3 things happen out of it. And my key is writing when that energy is very potent within me. If I feel delicious out of nowhere, I take that opportunity and I write.
yeah.
It's that feeling of feeling it in every cell of your body. It's feeling filled up and just, oh wow, in this moment, everything is just right in the world. Write what you want. Take the energy and use it. You see?
Yeah. That makes sense. Because I have like 4 of these wherever I go. Once for this, once for that, once for this. I always have one by bed. There's a recurring dream right now in the last couple of days, and I'm checking in different rooms and everyone's making things. There's this yellow wrap dress with a print on it. And I'm just like, am I supposed to sew this? Am I supposed to, can you, it's definite solar energy. It's definitely solar plexus energy. It's definitely digging into the deities, Oshun and things like that. And maybe it's time to look at beauty in a different way, empowerment in a different way. But this morning I was like, what's with this yellow dress? It needs a belt. Like it was like,
Oshun vibes because the week I had to smell like something. I'm not the type of person that has to smell like something. Oh, but I needed to be fully scented last week. It was all about the smells. It was all about looking presentable and feminine. I'm not usually that way. So I was like, oh, I went out and got some little fancy soap from TJ Maxx. I just needed that experience. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's true. And something about this energy since I'd say the 21st. You know, I felt like this ogre that's carrying all these bags and wearing dark colors. And then I suddenly was like, I can wear color again. I can do this again. Like there was something about that. Give me my fancy robe. Is there a flowy dress? You know? Yeah, I think I know we're gonna be okay. Because we're talking it out.
People are talking about their dreams too, living double lives and just having odd dreams.
Yeah.
I understand, y'all. And I'm not even, my dreams are not normal anymore either.
No, they're cinematic. They're cinematic.
They're so real.
Yeah.
Where you don't even, that's why I said sleeping doesn't even mean the same thing anymore. Because I had a very, very real dream. I'm on a whole spaceship in space, and you know what happens in an airplane. You don't want nobody to bust a window or open a door. And I literally almost opened a window in a spaceship in this dream.
Yeah, because you thought you could. And then logic kicked in the dream?
Yeah, it was like, oh, well, I didn't realize what I was doing. I was pushing buttons and the window started coming off and I pushed it back and I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm like, everybody finna be offed up in here right now.
Sky Energy says, I just heard about the G4 storm hitting us today, July 2nd, and I just heard about Neptune and Pisces. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I just look, and I've been avoiding watching the Schumann. I've been avoiding listening to the solar weather because at this point, I'm like, I don't want to see how bad I feel.
Well, not just that. I think we have the power to kind of shift it over or put a protective bubble over our neighborhood, our grids. You know, we're able to do that. There are times when I'm watching, and I rarely watch the news, but when it comes up, it's like funny. My friends are fine. They're, I'm not saying it's not horrible, but it's funny. My friends, they're right there and they're not experiencing the same thing. So I tend not to feed into it too much where you're just like, storm watch, because that leads to more. And then you don't even know what year it is. They're like, and the storm of so and so, and you're just
It's
into
tough.
it.
It's tough. I just told my lawn guy, I was like, yeah, the people that you interact with on a daily basis, you're right next to them, but there's micro realities happening right now.
100%.
So you may be like going through hell, but the person next to you may be smiling and skipping, and
Yeah.
you may end up being annoyed by that, but try not to take it personal.
Yeah. Because things look bad for a lot of people. And then there are things I have so much to be grateful for.
Yeah.
And I want to share, but I'm reminded to chew with my mouth closed. Okay? Okay.
Chew with your mouth closed. Okay. Not everybody needs to see what you are enjoying. Do you got that?
I got that. Let me shout out my coach at Big Craft Works. Keisha said that, and I was like, thank you. That is something I won't forget. That is something I will not forget.
Oh, I'm sorry that people are all going. It sucks when people are going through it all at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just, man, the intensity's got to be lit. Oof.
Yeah. Cosmic Detective, you're right. You can't make this up. 29 degrees, I hear, with the Neptune and Pisces.
And shout out to my Virgos, because I don't know what happened in y'all reading for anybody who has Virgo placements, but Virgo's reading, I swear, just felt like the worst one for the July readings that I did. I did everything but tell them to dial 911. Literally. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, the Virgos I know are asking for major help. Major help. Yeah.
Waking up to a bad dream, unfortunately. Yeah. And that's what I was gonna say too. I was telling you, Shashu, earlier, a whole new group of people just recently woke up.
100%.
And they're at the point where they're finally asking what's going on after they've analyzed everything and maybe tested some other stuff logically. Now they're being brought to their knees and they're finally looking at it spiritually. Like you can feel it and you can see it in the people that are just coming to you out of nowhere. Somebody found me on TikTok.
People I never would have thought were into it or whatever. They're reaching out, and that's why I'm like urged. Oh yeah, that information you got, pass that on. Make it in the digital space. Put it out there because you do need sleep, Shashu. Right? I'm not saying I'm the only one with information, but I feel like I know I'm sitting here with my mouth closed half the time. I'm like, I could be writing this down. I could be putting this on something. So I'm starting to see the possibilities of that in a bigger way, Whereas before, if you said this 2 years ago, I would have shut all the way down. I was like, oh, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking. Now I'm like, oh, because there's a lot of fear tied to that,
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad that you're not one of those Virgos, Helena, because man, we don't need all of y'all going through it. Maybe we can help another Virgo. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I'm surrounded by them. So I find that I'm like holding their hands. It's okay. This isn't personal. This is just falling off. And this is hard. I know, but it's not you, Yeah. Yeah, I'm Gen X too. But I feel like, what am I? Pluto and Libra?
Yeah, Pluto and Libra generation. Raise your hand.
Strong sense of justice. I need to see balance.
We came here to transform relationships during the age of Aquarius.
Yeah, 100%.
We were transforming. We're the ones literally helping with that changeover from how relationships look from Pisces to Aquarius.
Yeah, yeah. We're the bridge. I used to have this dream of a rainbow bridge and then a big crevice in the road. that only somehow I could cross, but there were people scared, but they were whispering my name like I could help. This was years ago I had this. And now I see it's not a bridge. You are the bridge. Many
Yeah.
of us can verbalize what's going on to people to take it in. I could send the videos I see to process and the books I see, and the people I sent it to are like, yeah, no. So what do you get from this? You're like, but I've done that so much lately that I'm like, oh, they want to hear it from me and then what I interpret from it. I'm getting that, right? And we're all finding out if we're healers or activators or transmuters or all of it. And what takes from us and what isn't taking from us, you know?
Yep.
Because that's the thing. What I think, you and I have been talking about this since January. I'm not signing up for anything that's taking up too much or extracting too much from me.
Yes.
Because this is the straw that people are coming with. They're like, ooh, light. And they're like,
yeah, I have to stop. Like, seriously,
yeah.
stop everything. Yeah. I said, Josie, you've seen this before. You've done this before.
Yeah.
Get out now. What are you doing? What were you thinking? You know?
They can't help it. Like, folks can't help it when they're like tuning into that. It's warm and fuzzy. Feels good. Right? Mm-hmm. And that's the source they remember. Let me go find Shashu. I haven't seen her in 15 years. Let me get some of that. Wait. Hold up.
I'm telling you, that's like going to check on that McDonald's hamburger that you're doing the experiment on, seeing if you could, and then you have that moment where you think to yourself something crazy like, man, I wonder if I can eat it and still be okay.
Yeah. Now you know better.
You come and check the expiration date. Has it expired yet? No? Okay. People, they will come back to make sure to see if you're still, generous.
But it's not their fault. I find, they just know that's the light that they remember. And now they're checking you out online. It's expanded. It's your own. It's authentic, right? And you do your thing. So I get it, but still, you're just like, "Ooh, we're just saying it now." Oh, okay.
Thank you so much, Cosmic Detective.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Are definitely healing relationships, through all kinds of different ways. Our generation is definitely doing the most. It may look messy, but we know innately what we're doing.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. I'm over here with my selenite, and it's heart-shaped. I'm like, yeah.
She brought that, and I brought my golden healer quartz and my carnelian that I've been carrying for the last few weeks. I've just been like, yeah. Thanks for this. I'm glad we did this today when we had energy.
And I know we've got to cut Shashu loose. And I've got to eat something. I did farmer chores today. Y'all check out the shorts, because I put a couple of shorts up. I know that it's a delay when y'all see my stuff. I probably posted something in the community tab today as well. But definitely check that out. My gift certificates for that psychic reading, that sale ends July 4th, but you have until October 31st to actually book your appointment. Okay. Nice. Shashu, you got anything going on?
I do. I just finished my first ebook for Reiki practitioners, and it's a nice companion for empowering healers. And then I have an online distance Reiki course, just for practitioners already. And sometimes they get disheartened about the distance Reiki and their practice and where they're at. And then there's some crystal alchemy workshops coming online in the next week or two.
Awesome. Y'all
Yeah,
follow Shashu's Instagram. I think that's where she's the most active, and it's
I
been
am the most active there, but I'm branching out into other social media platforms.
yeah, at Shash Universe.
Yeah, Shush Universe. I have a YouTube channel too, but I'm not as prolific as Josie is. But on
We
Instagram, I'm Shush Universe.
we're gonna go live more, y'all. And
Yes.
I still have my Patreon. My Patreon is back up and running. They're gonna get the monthly videos before you do, about a week
Nice.
before. And I'm doing the Vedic astrology in there, and I'm still doing the Qigong classes in the Patreon as well. Qigong and energy updates are free for my Patreons.
Oh,
Like, there's a free
nice.
membership. You know, there's only one tier,
Yeah,
and
I
that's
started a Patreon in
stuff.
2021 or 2021. Yeah, and I just rehashed it now. And the post I did on Saturn in Pisces, retrograde in Pisces, Neptune retrograde in Pisces, we just started it back up. So I put it as the free membership. I'm just starting to, put the things out. And I'm really grateful
Yeah.
that it's available.
When you and that's, I don't think people realize that, because I'm watching everybody and how they're behaving. Patreon, you don't always have to be a paying member, but you can still
Right.
be a member of the Patreon. Okay.
Yeah.
So check it out first, feel it out, see if you want to later, but don't let that stop you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's free memberships.
Yep.
Anyways, thank you so much for having me today. I'm so glad we did this.
We needed to. Everybody needs to have that constant reminder that they're not crazy and they're not dying. Those two.
That part.
But
Yeah.
have a beautiful day, loves. We're gonna let you go.
Have a
Thank
great day.
you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Let me pop this out. There we go. Nope, I don't want to do that. I want to end the recording.